Good evening, live from the Sultanate of Oman television. Here is a 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. His Excellency, the Minister of Transport and Communications, stresses that the economic project in Tanzania will contribute in developing the Sultanate's economy. A number of the Sultanate's northern governorates witness heavy to moderate rains. Omanis living in the Gulf Cooperation Council countries will vote tomorrow to elect their representatives in the membership of the Shura Council for the 8th term. And the Sultanate marks the Omani Women's Day, which falls on the 17th of October every year. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Happy Oman's Women's Day. And now we begin with this story. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Ilham Haydar Aliyev of Azerbaijan on his country's independence anniversary. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications, stressed during his participation in the signing ceremony of the agreement on construction and development of Bagamoyo Port of Tanzania the significance of the port in achieving economic and investment returns for the Sultanate. The project came to embody the good relations binding the Sultanate and Tanzania. It consists of three main elements, namely the seaport, its supporting infrastructure and industrial free zone. The project will also give the investors Oman and China the opportunity for their local companies and businessmen to enter African and global markets and easily import raw materials. It is expected that the first phase of the project will be completed in 3 to 5 years. On the sideline of laying the foundation, His Excellency, the Minister of Transport and Communications, opened the Joint Representative Office for the state's General Reserve Fund and Oman Oil Company in Tanzania. A number of the Sultanate's northern governorates witnessed rains led to overflow wadis and tributaries. In the governorate of North Sharqiya, heavy rains fell and some villages of the wilaya of the Quriyat witnessed light to moderate rains. A number of wilayas of the governorate of North and South Al-Batina also witnessed moderate to heavy rains. The numerical weather prediction charts indicated to the continuation of the chances of rainfalls in the governorates of Muscat, Musandam, North and South Al-Batina, Buraymi, Dakhiliya, North and South Sharqiya, and North and Al-Wusta. Royal Oman Police emphasized that 6 citizens and 2 expatriates died due to the weather condition that affected the Sultanate. 4 people died in Wadi Ghul in the wilaya of Al-Hamra. The body another citizen was pulled out from Wadi Al-Ma'mur in the wilaya of Bohla. A child was swept away by Wadi bin Souq in the wilaya of Rustaq but was found dead. In the wilaya of Al-Mudaybi, the rescue team found another citizen dead in Wadi Al-Kahla. The police also found the body of an expatriate in the Wadi Al-Ma'idin in the Niabat of Birkat Al-Muz in the governorate of Dakhiliya. Omanis living in the Gulf Cooperation countries as well as students will vote tomorrow to elect their representatives in the membership of the Shura Council for the 8th term from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. On the same day, the voters residing in Muscat from the governorates of Dhofar and Musandam will vote in the election center, the premises of which will be the wilaya of Boshar in the governorate of Muscat, mainly in the schools of Al-Ala Basic Education and Thuraya Al-Busaidi Basic Education. Workers in the election committees in all wilayas of the Sultanate will also vote from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. as they will not be able to vote in the general elections due to be held on the 25th of October because of the works tasked on them on the day of the elections. It is worth mentioning that the Ministry of the Interior completed its all preparations to receive the voters in coordination with the Sultanate's embassies at capitals of the GCC countries where election centers have been established in each country in addition to the Sultanate's commercial office in Dubai. The Ministry of Social Development organized a ceremony to mark Omani Women Day held on the 17th of October every year. The ceremony was conducted in the Wilaya of Nizwa, capital of the Islamic culture, under the auspices of Her Excellency Sheikha Aisha bint Khalfan As-Siyabiya, chairperson of the Public Authority for Crafts Industry. This event showcases the women's role in the civilizational development and symbolizes the importance of her contribution in the permanent growth and her effective participation in building the country. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Citizens in the Wilaya of Wadi al-Ma'awil call on bodies concerned to find alternative sources for water after a Shali Falaj dried. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The GCC inflation recorder in August 2015 rates that ranged between 0.0% in the Sultanate and 4.94% in the United Arab Emirates UAE compared to the same month in 2014 based on the latest statistics issued by the GCC state. Compared with the same month last year, the prices of food and beverage group increased in August 2015 in most of the GCC countries. In August 2015, the housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels group showed an overall increase across all GCC countries compared with the same month last year. The data indicated that the largest price decreases among the major expenditure groups in clothing and footwear in each of the GCC countries in August 2015 compared with the same month last year, where the United Arab Emirates and the state of Kuwait by 3.92% and 1.77% respectively. With the participation of 200 medical and nursing cadres, Sultan Qaboos Hospital in Salalah organized a workshop to discuss latest medical development in the field of trauma care units. It dealt with ways of caring for patients after conducting neurosurgery and medical care for bone fracture patients. It also discussed best practices followed in trauma care units. Shali Falaj in the Wilaya of Wadi al-Ma'awil is considered one of the most significant Falaj in the Wilaya. However, it dried completely 1 year ago, causing the death of many date palm trees and other plantations. Citizens in the Wilaya called on bodies concerned to interfere to find alternative sources for water, such as digging wells to irrigate their farms. Many farmers in the area depend completely on a Shali Falaj as a source to irrigate their plantations. And now for the general weather forecast. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Sultanate with accumulative clouds and scattered rainfalls in the governorate of South and North Al-Sharqiyya, Muscat, Al-Dakhiliyya, South and North Al-Batina, Al-Zahira, Buraymi and Musandam. Clear to partly cloudy skies over the governorate of Al-Wusta and the Far with chances of scattered rainfalls. Winds will be easterly to southeasterly light to moderate, occasionally active. Seas will be moderate to rough along the coast of Sea of Oman with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters and slight to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate's coast with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the latest news. His Excellency Minister of Transport and Communications stresses that the economic project in Tanzania will contribute in developing the Sultanate's economy. A number of the Sultanate's northern governorates witness heavy to moderate rains. Omanis living in the Gulf Cooperation Council countries will vote tomorrow to elect their representatives in the membership of the Shura Council for the 8th term. And the Sultanate marks the Omani Women Day, which falls on the 17th of October every year. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.